morning. Happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday, right? I was like, it is. Yeah, it's today. Good morning, Dylan. Good morning, Lou. Glad to see you. What are you drinking today in your coffee cup? Do you have coffee, tea, or the tears of your readers? I would like to know. I am drinking, I don't know what I'm drinking. I think it's Brazilian beans I think this is the last of the Brazilian beans. I got some, um, uh, don't go. Okay, I know. You kinda have to do your civic duty, but it's hard to get up when you're covered in cats and, there's good milk. That's kinda boring, Dylan. Anywho, there's a lot of stuff going on right now, like insane amount of things. And so I have like 1,200 things not that many to show you before I bring my guests in who I really want to talk to. So let's get started. First and foremost, if you have not gotten a chance to go to the Kickstarter for issues 1 through 7, Path of the Pale Rider, you can still pledge late. There are books available. Again, if you want any of the cool merch like t-shirts and hot sauce, you got to get there when the campaign is live. The book is still plotting along. I think we're past halfway done. We are. The art is absolutely epic. When I was talking about and hyping up this issue, it is nuts. The art is living up to the story, and it's epic. I don't know if you are a part of the Path of the Pale Rider group. You should come join us and for the shenanigans. But we are having a funeral for Gilbert Perez's right arm because it fell off on the double splash page. So I'm gonna drop you the linky loo, but you can still get books, issues 1 through 7 on this one. This is the one that you don't want to miss. This is the one we're all going to be talking about. This is the one where everything changes. So make sure you're here. I know, Dylan, I can't help myself. Make sure you have gotten books, or we have digital download, whatever you want to do, but do not miss this episode. We are going to blow everything up. Another cool thing that has happened, we have a new book. So hold on before I put that. So you guys, we have the trade, right? This is issues 1 through 4. Gorgeous. But look, we got a mini me. Isn't it cute? It's a 6x9 digest size. This just dropped this week. So you can get this one off of rollingsquidbones.com or on Amazon. That's the first time I've had an Amazon link. I'm super excited because that opens up all the possibilities. And so it's great. We've had some orders already. And you know what? The Ingram Spark people are the This is true. It is karma. I don't know. He blames me for it too. But if you click on the paperback, the image disappears. So we're having Ingram Spark look at that because it says no image, but the image is on the Kindle one. But just make sure that you get the paperback one. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who has taken the time to write review. These absolutely help. For the algorithm, so the book gets pushed out to more people. And of course, we're looking to find people that haven't read Path before. So if you would like to, it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. It just takes a couple minutes of your time to go write a review for Path of the Pale Rider. So if you could do that, I would love you 100%. Okay, let's do some shout outs real quick. Today's episode was actually Fish Lee was supposed to be here, but he went on a cruise and had an excellent time. And so we don't have Fish today, but we want to give Fish a shout out. So late pledges are still turned on for Alice in Wonderland. This is a great series. This has everything you could possibly want. It has action, intrigue, time multiverse. I mean, like, it's just incredible the amount of stuff that he has shoved into this beautiful book. So go check out Alice in Boston Wonderland. And a shout out to the Psycho Sal team, which I'm a part of course. This campaign wrapped up and 142 backers and $16,610. Incredible. This issue will knock your socks off. I was so excited to be a part of this one that wraps up the story. This is the finale. So if you haven't been reading this series, get hooked. It's 9 issues. I had the pleasure of writing 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So the chunk right in the middle that builds all the psychological trauma. That's me. Moving on. This is Books of Riot by Jared Lockhart. And what a fun story. Superhero. I don't know the whole story yet. I lettered this piece. And let me just show you this first page. You know, it just says it all. This is gorgeous. You gotta get it. You gotta get it. You'll get hooked on this one too. So lots of good stuff. He has some beautiful covers. I opted for the Gerald Von Starter one, which is this one. Gorgeous. So lots of cool stuff. He is also a part of Rolling Squid Bones. So this one is currently live. And you know how I feel about live campaigns, right? Ooh, look. It just went up when I clicked on it. So here is the shameless plug. My good friend, George Medina. Hey, everybody. Sorry, I'm clicking around. I didn't see. Matt's here. Dylan, I found a channel called Matt Campbell Comics, and he had your comic in one of his videos. Yep. He's a cool guy. It's Action Line Comics. And I've been a host on his show. And he does this real cool thing where he spins this wheel of destiny. And he'll go through Kickstarters and he'll help creators. He'll critique Kickstarters is what he does. So he helps us fine tune our craft so that way we can be more successful on the Kickstarter realm. So super cool guy. I like him a lot. So, and then of course, DM Ray, what's up, dude? And Leah, my favorite. Yeah. I'm lettering a few things. So we'll see. Shameless plug. Again, this is George Medina. If you don't know George Medina, you guys have been living under a rock. He's a hilarious guy, good guy. I always tease him because when him and I are together and I'm like, okay, which one of us writes young adult and which one of us writes graphic, adult content, and you would get it wrong every time because George just looks, I don't think he looks that part, but you would never guess what right? So he's just this wonderful book. I haven't read this one yet, so I'm a backer on this one. And of course, I backed this one, and I also backed Sam Vera's The Forbidden, which is here. They're both live right now, and they have a crossover. So if you back both of these projects, you get a special, I think it's a print. I don't know. He has it around somewhere. But I get it because I did both of these things. So, but Sam Vera as well. Those two run another podcast called Catch the Craze, which is probably one of the longest running indie podcasts out there. They're like 10. I don't know, Lou, how old are they? 10 years old? Glenn, how are you? The Leo meme where I pointed at TV and said, hey, I know that comic. Hilarious. So definitely check all of these Kickstarters out. Just a reminder that when a Kickstarter is live, it is the most important time for these indie creators. This guarantees that we get to continue bringing you new stuff, good quality items, well printed, you know what I mean? Not stuff that's going to fall apart. And you know what I mean? Like, all artists deserve to get paid what they're worth. It's a rough path that we walk, but we got to do it because there's just reboot, recycle, rehash in Hollywood. If you want that good stuff, you got to come with us to indie. Couple more things I want to show you real quick. I know so many things, Laurie. What is this show and tell today? If you have not seen, again, Living Under a Rock, Goodbye to Romance, this is kind of a love letter to Ozzy from the indie community. And I know a ton of people that were involved in this. Pops Van Zandt put this together, and you can get this from Ingram Spark. It's on sale right now. I think they have it on sale, and it's a beautiful coffee table book, all pictures and art, lovingly crafted in tribute to Ozzy Osbourne. There is one that I would like to show you that's on the inside. I don't know if you guys, of course, you know who this is, right? Do you know who this is? Yeah, I know. I do that. This is our good friend Gilbert Perez is a part of this book. And so if you're a fan of Path, if you like to collect Gilbert art, it's here in this book. So I'm going to, I don't know where I'm going to put all these links. Geez. But let me get this one at least in the chat for you guys. This one. So many links. But here's the Ingram. Okay. This is the Ingram one to get you to the Ozzy book. This one. Okay. And then I'm a hot mess today, guys. Okay, this link. Oh, Lou, I would love to see your piece too. See, I know there's a ton of people that are involved in this book. Like I know Les Gardner is. There's a ton of people. Hey, Chris, how are you, man? So if you, I mean, there's a ton of good art in here. Obviously, I don't have access to show it all because I'm not that person that got it all. And I can only show you, the front back cover. And of course, I had access to Gilbert. So I was like, man, some of your piece so we can show it off. So there's a ton of cool stuff in here. So please go give it a purchase. Put on your coffee table. It's a conversation piece, right? And then just flip through it. It helps support the madness. It helps support this show. It helps support our Roku channel. Again, you're supporting indie. So that's the way to go, you guys. Got to support the indie creators. A man in here in Arizona made a Halloween tribute. Oh, that's cool. So like he did his house as a Halloween thing. And this again is the Amazon. To Path of the Pale Rider. And again, this is the digest 6x9. It's super cute. I love it. And it's $15.99, you guys. That's a good price. The full size trade goes for $30 right now. Whew, so it's like half the price. So anywho, I'm glad you stuck around for the show and tell, and now I'm done. So I'm going to bring in our guest for today. Hi, this is Deborah.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. Lovely to have you on the
Laurie.
show. Yes.
Thank you. Excited
It's
to be
so great. No, I'm sorry. I will stop talking. I'm over
and I have my tea.
Oh, you did bring tea. Oh, good. I was going to say it's called the Brew, so hopefully you brought something. I've been having a drink. I've been trying to find more local honey. My allergies have been kicking my butt this year. I don't know about you guys. Can you hug the dragons? We're going to get to that later, Dash. We play that game now, right? Can you hug this? I got some dragons ready, of course.
Yeah, it depends which one.
I got the famous dragons, so I think I can guess which ones you would. Well, maybe you might be a dragon person, just want to hug them all, but
right.
Dash here loves to hug everything, including zombears, and I think he's insane. I think that he would die, and I'm trying to stop his death from happening, but he doesn't listen. So all of them, yes, he's going to hug all the dragons.
Okay, yeah.
So, your series is called
Dragons by the Yard.
Okay. And when did you come up with this? Wait, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself because I really wanted to talk about your series. But we'll do the typical Tuesday morning brew since you haven't been on before. Let's get your origin story. So I want to hear like how you got into comics, what you were reading, what influenced you, and ultimately what pushed you to do, pull the trigger and do it for yourself.
Okay, well, I read comics as a little girl. Okay.
Yeah.
But I was back in the day when they all of a sudden just went to superhero comics. Everything went to superhero comics, and the only women you saw were the refrigerator women.
Yep.
And so I stopped reading comics. However, I'm going to date myself here. Batman with Adam West was a series on television. I loved it. I still to this day love it.
Yeah.
So I was always kind of, I liked things that were based on comics. And then fast forward, you have all the Marvel movies and stuff. I love
Mhm.
all of that kind of stuff. I just didn't love reading the superhero comics. I
Mhm.
wanted something where I could see some women uh, actually participate. So anyway, I grew up to be a television writer. And I
Yes.
wrote 1 hour dramas, like Touched by an Angel, Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, Murder She Wrote. And I got very sick. I
Oh.
contracted a rare lung disease, and I
Oh.
didn't have the stamina anymore to write for television. So I had written a pilot called Gates of Midnight. And my agent said, it's too good of a story to let it languish. Why don't you do a graphic novel? And I was thinking, the only graphic novels I knew were superhero.
Superheroes.
But unbeknownst to
Well,
me, that
got an immediate fan right here.
yeah, that's right. I wrote the vampire episode,
There you
so
go.
I love that. But anyway, I went to my local comic book store here. It's called Alternate Realities here in Las Vegas, and I said, I've been told I should write this comic. I know nothing about it. Can you give me some comics? I don't want them to be superheroes.
Yes.
They gave me Saga. They gave me
Yes.
Why Man Standing, and
Yes.
some other ones. I became obsessed with Greg Rucka's Lazarus.
Yes. Those are,
Um,
you're speaking my language. These are all the
yes,
same things that I was reading to get into comics. Yes.
yes.
Uh-huh.
And so I was like, holy cow, these are really good, And so I took a year to learn how to write comics. I wrote Gates of Midnight. We have 2 volumes of it, and I'm doing a third one now. Uh, and I had written, and I started my own comic book publishing company called Chimera Press.
No, she's my new best friend. You got to fight me for her. Sorry. Continue.
Okay. So I started my company, Chimera Press. And what I decided to do was make family friendly content. Now, I'm a horror writer and I write
Yeah.
pretty graphic horror. So it's kind of funny. But I decided I wanted to do, realistic bodies, um, strong female protagonists, because at the time there wasn't a lot of that out there, and there
No.
weren't a lot of women in comics, so I decided to use women writers and artists as well. And so and so I've done other people's comics as well.
Mhm.
I'm a prose writer as well, and I had written a short story called Dragons by the Yard. And my husband kept saying, you have to make that into a comic. You have to make that into a comic. And I was going, no, no.
Why?
I just,
Why?
well, I have no idea why. But I finally decided to do it. And instead of me writing it, because I'm writing Gates of Midnight, I hired my friend Kelly Swells to write it. And it has turned into our second most popular book. Our first is Pet Noir, which is about Leon. He's a genetically engineered cat who's an undercover cop on a space station.
I love it already.
So Dragons by the Yard is about Anna. She loves to sew all things dragon. She sells them at the Rose Bowl swap meet. And she meets this mysterious woman who gives her this beautiful fabric. She sews up 7 little dragons and they come to life.
Aw.
So, yeah, except it's like having toddlers who can fly and breathe fire.
Yeah, I was like, but wait, let me think about this. It's like, how big do they grow from there? Do they get bigger?
do, and that's where we're coming to at the end
Ah,
of the series. We have 2 issues left, 7 and 8, and I have to say it is so much fun. It's very colorful. The art is really, really colorful. I can show
here.
you some of it actually. Um, maybe I can show you some of it here. This is
There we
the
go.
cover of one of them.
Oh, look
And you can see it's
wow.
like really colorful, and the dragons can be cuddly, and they all have their own hoards. So, you know, one of them collects pearls, one of them collects you know, costume jewelry, one of them collects golden things. But
Yeah.
Albert collects action figures.
He and Dash are now best friends.
Mhm.
Dash, it just keeps getting better. This episode is for you.
And then the mama dragon comes back into the
Oh,
picture, but that's all I'm
okay.
going to tell you from there.
Yeah, I was gonna
And
say I
that's
have the pre-launch here.
yes.
Let me drop the link
Um,
too for everybody.
we were going to actually start this Kickstarter today,
Yes.
but we've been having a lot of people sick in our support staff and in our artists. And 7 isn't quite done yet. The colorist is back now coloring that. Um, and
Man, don't listen to that man. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
So anyway, we are going to put it off. We are planning for February. It could be sooner than that. It's just with all the holidays coming up and everything,
Yeah.
we didn't want to conflict with that. February 5th is my birthday, so I thought
There you
that'd
go.
be a fun day to launch.
Oh, and today was
My
first of all,
anniversary.
yes, a happy anniversary.
Thank
Um
you.
and kind of like what I had mentioned before, Fish had originally scheduled this one in and canceled. And so when Deborah approached me, I was like, well, I don't, like if you're planning on launching anytime this side of 2025, like they really have a spot. But then this one opened up and you were like, oh, it's meant to be, right?
That's right.
You grabbed
That's
it. And
right.
so I was like, oh, well, that works great. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
it's only just yesterday that this
yeah,
happened that we decided. I
yeah,
really like to have um, my issues at very close to finished by the time we
yeah.
launch the Kickstarter. We just put our own money into it, um, and and just you know, eat very cheaply for a little while.
Ramen it is. Ramen,
Yeah,
ramen, and more ramen. That's
yeah. So
awesome.
that's the cover of issue number 7.
Yeah,
And we have an alternate cover as well, which we just got. And I am just terrible. I forget the name of the artist, but you would probably recognize it.
yeah.
And uh,
That's beautiful.
so it's going to, our artists are just amazing. And Amelia's absolutely crazy. Uh, so
Did her arm fall off as well? We can send it to go visit Gilbert's arm.
no, no arms fall off. Oh, thank you so much. And yeah, so
Hard
I'm
though. I
really
mean,
excited about it, for being so reluctant to do it in the first place. It turns
yeah,
into such a great, vibrant, funny, um, and yet poignant story. And Kelly Swells, I mean, she added a character to the story that I was like, how come I didn't think of that?
yeah.
She brought so much to the story. So um, I got to tell you, I love working, collaborating on these
It's the
books.
best.
It
Yeah.
is the best. Um,
I'm gonna
so
put
that's
the
how it started.
yeah, that's incredible. And I love the story how it's like it was fabric that she's in because I was like dragons by the yard. I don't get it. But now it's
And
like okay, they were sewn, so it's fabric by the yard. That's how you buy it at the store. And it's like
exactly.
no.
And
Mhm.
the fabric ended up being made from dragon scales.
Oh, ah.
So I wanted to start a whole new mythology. Dragons usually reproduce by eggs.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do something that these people would go out and find, whether it be a blacksmith, somebody really, really talented that had magic that they didn't know they had in them. And that's what the dragons do. And they give them their scales made into whatever form art they work in.
Have you thought of having dragon plushies? Do you have dragon plushies?
We do not. We had dragon bean bags. Okay,
Okay.
we those went like crazy. And we have. I don't think I have any cat plushies. So
Yeah.
we are planning on dragon plushies. Yes.
Yes. A friend of mine, Katie Shaw,
Uh huh.
she are you familiar with Katie?
No.
She also has a dragon related book and she sews dragon puppets.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
that's so
They're
great.
crazy looking, but people love them. So and I have, um Sad Pancake and I have other like Big James animals that people love. So I highly recommend making animal related merch, even if it's small, because people love it.
Yeah, the cats when
Yeah.
we're doing the little cat plushies are very popular.
Dragon Child, by the way, that's Katie Shaw's book. Sorry.
Okay,
You know when
dragon.
you're like trying to promote something, you forget the name for like half a second and your brain takes a second to catch up?
Mine actually goes a lot longer, like an hour.
It usually does. It'll be after the show to be like,
That's right, exactly.
sorry, Katie. But she's going to be launching soon too. So if you guys love dragons, there's lots of dragons to go around. So
Yay!
yeah, more dragons, right?
I
Absolutely.
love dragons.
So, but I completely understand. And a lot of people that are in Kickstarter realm understand what you're going through, where it's like, it's just not ready. And having a campaign over the holidays is, I'm not going to do it either. Like people are like, are you going to launch issue 8? And I'm like, well, we're going to be fulfilling issue 7, probably November. So I'm not going to have time to really put together something. And I don't want to ask the artist team to work on Christmas and New Year's.
Exactly.
Like we don't have to. We don't work for a big 2. You know what I mean? We can set our own schedule.
That's
So
right. And my
yeah.
husband and I are getting in our RV and going cross country for the month of
Yay.
November to visit family. My dad, who's 92,
Oh my
you know.
goodness. Where's
Yes,
he at?
Florida.
Okay. So you're
Florida.
gonna drive from Vegas to Florida?
Vegas to Texas to see Paul's kids.
Are you
Um, to Florida to see my niece and nephew and
wow.
their families, and my husband to Alabama for my sister. Yeah,
Ooh, you see
we
everybody.
uh, we have we got the RV and we have done like 16 conventions in a year, just going around the
Mhm.
country and meeting people and going to different conventions. And we're always at San Diego Comic-Con, you know.
Yes.
But that's, we and WonderCon. We Those are our two staples.
Yeah.
Um, I did I C2E2, but
Yeah.
they don't treat small press very well.
There's a lot of people that said that this year, and they're wondering if they're gonna go back.
Yeah, it was, we didn't go this year. It was the 2
No.
years before it, and they promised me. The only reason I went the next year was they promised me that they were going to do better, and they didn't. So I did not. I as a small press, no.
Yeah.
But,
I've
you
also
know
heard that about San Diego too. Like they stick a lot of the independents in like this one corner section by themselves, and it's like nobody even goes down there. Is that your
I
experience?
we had a booth in, yeah, independent comics. It was expensive and it absolutely had no traffic. And the
Yeah.
reason for that, because we've had that booth since 2015, is I forget who it is now. I think it might be anyhow, one of the big independent comics, okay, put up this huge booth at the end of the aisle that had a wall across a couple aisles. So there isn't like the traffic that goes up and down the aisles. They're short aisles.
Mhm.
And so people don't go there. So we went to the cheaper tables and
Yeah.
made a lot more money.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it's location, and it's funny because that's in real estate too, right? Location, location, location.
Mm.
But that's in Comic Cons as well. This past year, I went to one here in Texas. It was Texas Haunters. And myself and there's a whole group of us that usually do cons together here in Texas. And so we were all supposed to be put together. And for some reason, I got moved on the other side of the aisle. So they were all in a line. And then there was me on the other side. And at first I was mad because I want to be next to these guys, especially because like they do variant covers for me and I write for William Russell and right. So we just send people back and forth. But then I saw who I was set up next to, and it was this sculptor. And he had several of his giant sculptures, and some of them were animated, so they would like they would move. I did gangbusters that weekend because of that. People would stop and watch his stuff. And while they were there, I was like, that's amazing, isn't it? You want to try some hot sauce? And then they were in. So, I mean, it's funny how sometimes it's like, I wasn't where I wanted to be. I probably did better not being where I was.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm next to Madeline of Boston Metaphysical Society at WonderCon. We're usually next to each other.
That's awesome. Do you get to pick? Do you get to please put me next to Madeline?
Yes.
Awesome. She's such a wonderful person too. We had her on the show a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I figured out that you were friends based off of one of your previous Kickstarters because I'm always clicking around.
Yes.
And I saw that you had Boston Metaphysical as one of your like PDF. Was it a stretch goal or something like that?
Yes, stretch goal. Mm-hmm. And we have one of her new series now for this as
for
a
this
stretch
upcoming
goal.
one. Yay! See, so that's why I was like, aha.
Yeah, Madeline was kind of my mentor in the beginning. She's the one who told me how to set up the booth, what I needed to get for the booth, then and she's also helped me with the Kickstarters. I helped her by reading her scripts ahead of time. And so we've had this great, relationship. And we used to both live in Southern California, so we'd see each other now and then. But yes, it was, she's an amazing person.
Yeah, we love her too here on the Brew. She's a repeat guest because we love her. So, hi George, how are you, dude? Are you ready to come on next week? We're gonna. Oh, by the way, next week everybody is the Slice and Dice. So I'll be dressing up in the bear suit, and we're gonna be using the chainsaw one. And so I'll announce the name of the pumpkin, but George will be on next week, and we're gonna destroy a pumpkin.
Wow.
It'll be fun. You should come.
I sounds like my kind of thing.
Okay, good. Yeah, see? This is why we are now best friends.
That's right.
That's one of my stretch goals on my campaigns. So if we get to a certain dollar amount, I'll destroy fruit or vegetable, and the backers get to vote on the weapon of destruction, and they name the fruit or vegetable. So,
oh my God, that is so much fun.
And then we do it on the Brew. So it's hilarious. So we have a good time. So Dylan says, I'm hoping to do my first con that I would be next to or close by a local art comic YouTubers that I'm friends with. That always helps, I think, than being by yourself. A whole new meaning to Smashing Pumpkins. Yes. That's what we do. So when it comes to running your Kickstarter, Deborah, when was the first one that you did for Dragons by the Yard? Has it been a while?
It has been a while because for 2 years we were on the road doing the cons.
Yeah.
So also I mentioned that I had a lung disease. In 2017, I had a double lung transplant. So
what?
Yeah. So, I'm immune suppressed. So periodically, I'll end up in the hospital with pneumonia or, just it's a thing,
But you still go to cons? Cons like so dirty.
You have to live.
This
I
is
enjoy
true.
it. I enjoy it. San Diego Comic-Con this last year, I was on 4 different panels. You
Yeah.
know, I love being on panels. I love forming panels. I just did the Las Vegas Book Festival this past weekend. Before that, I did Scream Diego. You know, that's for my writing part, the prose writing.
Yes.
And so, you know, um, you have to. I did get COVID after San Diego one time,
Yeah.
but
Gosh.
you can't live in a bubble. You know, there was this movie out called Bubble Boy. It was John Travolta. I don't want to be that person.
That's true.
You know, I want to do what I love to do. And the truth of the matter is, I'm living on borrowed time anyway. You know,
Technically, we all are, right?
isn't that the truth right now? Yeah.
We are all mortal.
Press. That's
Up,
pretty funny.
Raul. That's how he shows up in the chat. He says hail and he picks what he wants to hail.
But anyway, yeah. So yeah, so I love doing conventions and stuff. 16 conventions
That's
were
a
too
lot.
many for me. That tired me out, and I ended up like I got sick in November and didn't get well until like February of this last
Gosh.
year. But I had a great time.
Yeah. Yeah. I would love to. Here, I want to put this up. I want to talk some more about because we have Dragons by the Yard,
Oh
but
yeah,
there's also your Mary Shelley. This is
yeah.
interesting
That's a
too.
Bram Stoker Award winner.
Wow. All right.
Hmm.
I want to click on it. Let's go. Let's go explore it, guys. This is cool.
So what it is Mary Shelley and her monster introducing the short stories, kind of a Tales of the Crypt kind of thing,
Yeah.
introducing the short stories of 4 Victorian, actually one is Edwardian, um, horror writers, women horror writers. And so what I asked Nancy Holder if she would write the scripts, and she did a great job adapting these into what in the world is
I was like,
oh, oh, that was kind of out of the I see what it was newsflash. That was when we hit our goal.
oh, I was confused. I was like, why is
No, this
Mickey
is too
running?
funny. But anyhow, yeah, she adapted the stories, and then behind the adaptations, we put the actual short story, the prose short story that these women, because when I was coming up in horror, luckily I had some great mentors, but when I was coming up in horror, there was a lot being said about women can't write horror. And so I wanted to do this graphic novel to show that women have been writing horror for a very long
Like,
time.
but Mary Shelley's been around since the beginning of time. What are they talking about?
But I have people, men, walking by, and not all men, because most men are
Most
literate,
men
but
are fine,
walking
right?
by my table saying, "Oh, I didn't know a woman wrote Frankenstein."
Open a book. Turn on the internet. I mean, like,
It just
some
seems
things
like
you
you
don't
get it
shift
through the
that.
zeitgeist or something, you know.
Oh,
And I love men, by the way. I know I did an all-women press. My husband
yeah.
actually is the only man, and then I do get men who do illustrations or covers for me or
Yeah.
things like that. It's just that I'm trying to boast mostly women, and I have women who have worked for IDW, Marvel, DC. Just they're incredible women,
And
artists.
unless you write horror like we do, it's
Mhm,
really we're just commiserating because I get it too, where it's just like, you write what? I thought
mhm.
through you're an author, I thought you were writing romance or a cookbook, and I was like, no, that's not where I live. So, yeah,
Yeah, they say to me, "You don't look like a horror
it's
writer," and I'm like, "What does a horror writer look like?"
That's
I'll be
a funny
happy to.
statement. Any married man would know that women can think up and write horror because we're plotting your doom. Just kidding. No, we're not.
I actually wrote a horror story called A Building Desire, and it's from the point of
Right?
view of a hammer. And after my husband read that story, he had all the hammers in the house.
He was like, I'm gonna take these
Yeah.
reasons. I'm just thank you.
Yeah.
What did you say, Dylan? My mom has the same first and middle name as you. She spells Deborah differently though. Oh,
Oh, wow.
what's
How do
your
you know
middle
my
name? Did you put your middle
Lynn?
name up there? Lynn?
No.
How did
Lynn.
you know her middle name?
That's what I was asking.
Dylan.
Oh,
Dylan. I'm confused. So this is really exciting. That's what I wanted to look at too. So this is beautiful.
those are the 4 covers of the
Yeah,
stories. And then we put them together in a graphic novel. That's what won the Bram Stoker Award.
beautiful.
And that's Amelia Wu again.
So hot right now.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
And we lost our it's been so long for dragons that we lost our penciler.
Oh,
So
lost
we
as in passed away?
no. She got famous.
Oh, okay. Well, at least there's that, but yeah, that's
No.
always hard.
So Amelia is doing that. She's my go-to artist. She can do
Mhm.
anything.
Replaces them with kid toy hammers.
The title is Mary Shelley Presents. I don't know if she was asking. Women in swords and axes. I'm in danger. I have a lot of swords.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
See, again, why we are friends.
I
Carl,
lived in Southern California, so I used to take sword fighting classes with the guy who taught the people at Highlander how to fight, the
ooh,
actors at Highlander. So it was
so
stage fighting, but it was great
oh, with
fun.
stage fighting, because I know that there's HEMA schools out there.
But this
Historical
was stage
European.
fighting,
Yeah,
teaching you how to do stage fighting.
that's cool. I actually trained martial arts since 1997.
Wow.
And I take Filipino and Indonesian martial arts, and the
Don't mess with you.
the focus is on bladed weapons. So yes, I legit know how to sword fight, knife fight, all that good stuff.
Oh, that's cool. So you are a source.
I'm a source. What's that?
Yeah, like when I'm writing sword fighting things, saying,
Oh
"Hey,
yeah, absolutely. Hit me up. One of my favorite things to do. Well, I'm not training right now, but I love to go to the school and choreograph the fight scenes in my book with the
yes,
people, and we would record it and then be like, "Okay, artist, here you go. This is the fight scene." So you can pull out references from like
wow, that's
movies.
awesome."
Yeah, that's a ton of fun. I haven't done that in a while now, so but I wish I
Yeah,
could still do that. I'm getting old.
but
Falling
Mary
down is
Shelley's
still a
fun.
chore. It was
Mhm.
always a chore, but falling down, I mean, I'll send you a link. I have a one short film that's out there called Catfishing, and I did a wall run and like gun disarms. We had a knife fight. We ran
Oh
someone over
my
with a
gosh!
car. Like we did a ton of stuff, right? And I remember feeling like I got run over by a car the next day. I went to work. We filmed until 3 a.m. I came home. I slept for like 2 hours and I got dressed and I went to work and I was like, I shouldn't be here. I was like, I feel like I got hit by a truck. And the night before, we were filming the scene where I got picked up by my throat. And it's still
Ugh,
fake. It's fake, but the
yes,
pressure is there. So yeah, I was in pain. I was I was on a lot of meds the next day. I hurt. But it was really cool looking. So 10 out of 10 would do it again. What's
yep.
it? The art of FU these days. Yes. Yes.
I understand that sentiment.
The last time I looked into martial arts, Bruce Lee was still around.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago, Glenn. You can still train with Dan Inosanto. He's still around. He's old, but yeah. And she filmed herself getting hit by a car. Yes, I did. I did that for one of the short films as well. That was a lot of fun. You just film those in reverse. So you're on the car and then you hop off and then you
Right.
film. So that's it. Trident Tiger Fork.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. That would be interesting. I can send you to someone. I don't know about Trident, but we have a friend that's really good at staff fighting. Like, it's nuts. All right, let's go look at another one. La 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 la. Gates of Midnight. Here it is. So this.
So Gates of Midnight was my very first Kickstarter, and
Yeah.
I don't think we made it. It was it was unsuccessful. It's
But
it was way a long time ago, probably back
yeah.
in
Now,
2016,
was it
something like that.
2014? 2014.
2014, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I knew nothing about Kickstarter.
Yeah, that's part of it though, is like
Mhm.
you set a budget and you think you know what you're doing, and then you launch and then you find out, I didn't do nearly enough research.
Well, I'm like the research queen, and
Yeah.
my agent was like
Oh,
pushing me to do this. My agent from television,
yeah.
and I knew it was too early. I had a launch party. Of
Mhm.
course, we didn't film it or anything. Um, but the good thing about the launch party is that uh, my my friend Laura Parker came to it, and I sat and talked with her the whole time. And Laura Parker was the original Angelique in Dark Shadows.
Cool.
Mm, I don't know if you guys know Dark Shadows, but I was a
And
huge Dark Shadows fan.
Dark Shadows. I'm gonna Google it.
Oh, you do know Dark Shadows. Oh my gosh. It's a
American television show.
60s soap opera
Oh, huh?
with vampires, werewolves. There it
Just
is.
okay.
And Laura is the person in the center. She was Angelique the Witch.
Ooh, pretty lady too.
Oh, beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful, and a beautiful inside as well. And Jonathan was the vampire, and I was in love with Quentin Collins. Oh, God. He was the werewolf, yeah.
Got it. Yeah, slightly before my time, sadly.
Yeah, but a lot of new people are coming to it from watching it on, it's streaming somewhere. I don't
Isn't
know.
they redid this is the one that Johnny Depp redid?
Yes,
Yeah,
but
okay.
but but we forget that.
This is the original. Yeah, we're just gonna forget that we don't like the new one. I haven't seen
No.
that one either. So isn't that Taika Waititi?
You know what? They went with a
She's
they
like, you know what?
they went with a camp feel to it because
Uh,
Dark Shadows was shot live in the beginning, so you would have things like flies coming in and people forgetting their lines, and like some sets falling, over or things like that because it was live,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So you know, they, it wasn't camp; it was gothic.
Hilarious. You're like, I swear. Anyway, let's go back and talk about this one because I'm not necessarily the Kickstarter. Kickstarter is what it is, but is there a place where people can get this?
If you go to chimerapress.com,
Aha! Thank
you
you.
can. This is the first. The
Hold
first.
on.
Okay,
Remove
I
that. Put
guess I
that back
should
up. All
warn
right.
you. Okay, this is the first volume of Gates of Midnight,
Yeah.
and it's Raven. She's a combat medic, come back from Afghanistan with PTSD, and discovers she has to fight monsters in the streets of New York. So I'll show you
Damn
the
it.
inside.
It's
I'll
like
show you
I
the
just
inside
got
of
back. I gotta do what? Clean
Can
this.
you do it?
What's that?
Can you do this again?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Push all the
Okay.
buttons.
So it's done in a
Wow.
sepia tone with pops of color where the monsters
Yeah.
are, because I wanted to give it a very urban feel. Um, so I have 2 volumes of that, and I'm writing a 3rd volume, which will complete the story.
Nice.
So will do a Kickstarter for it after this one, but after
Yeah.
Because I want to do it for the entire volume because we're not doing single issues anymore.
Right.
We're just doing.
There's some if I could do a Kickstarter with big enough dollars, I would do like there was the Scout method that I really thought was smart. Scout would turn out a floppy for issue 1, and then the next thing they would produce is the trade. Because I don't know, I think people prefer that because then they can binge read, right? But they
Right.
get like it's the issue 1 is kind of like the tease. It's the teaser, it's the pitch. It gets you into the world. And then after that, if you like it, it's like, all right, just give me the rest. So I'm with you. If I could do a Kickstarter for 35 grand, I would do it.
And it's
But
so
it's a
much
lot harder
easier.
than people. What's that?
It's so much easier taking graphic novels to a con than it
Yes.
is taking all these individual issues.
Right. I know. Because at some point, I don't want to carry 2, 3, and 4. I'll carry issue 1, and then I want to carry this, which is 1 through 4. And then once we get the next trade, same thing. Like, I really don't want to carry 5, 6, 7, 8.
Exactly.
This has everything. And it's cheaper to produce this mini than it is for me to produce, 4 individual issues. So I don't gotta carry it.
Yeah, so we're hoping that we'll be able to fund that, but we'll see. It's all, you never know.
Yeah. And I mean, graphic novel, at least you're not also trying to raise the money for the art because you do that method. I can't afford it. Little old me, sorry. So I actually fundraise for the art production and the print.
No, I do that.
Yeah. Oh, do
I
you?
do.
You just
As we
paying yourself
do.
back.
Yes.
Yes. Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
Because
So
it's
it's a
so
lot of
expensive.
money for a graphic novel all at
So
once.
expensive.
Say again?
It's so expensive. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's expensive to do a single issue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. People don't realize that we spend, I spend about $4,000 in art production. For the interiors, not the covers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's about $7,000 to $8,000 to do everything, including printing,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
that's not paying us.
Right. I get paid nothing. I know. There's this
My
meme.
husband.
Deborah, there's those 4 panels, and it's like the penciler inker is like, man, I get paid $100 a page. That's nothing. And then the colorist is like, you get paid 100. I only get paid like 40. And then the letter is like, I only get paid 10. What are you guys complaining about? And then the writer's like, y'all are getting paid. Yeah. So that's us. Y'all are getting paid.
Well, that's one of the things that I've realized I have to do for future is I'm going to have to write this because we're paying our writers, $60 a page, and we can't afford that. So, I have some ideas that.
Now, that's not his page rate, by the way. That's not anybody's. I was just using round numbers. So cost an arm and a leg for good art. Gilbert got a discount. No. That's not his page rate. Anyway.
But that's pretty much about what I spend.
Yeah.
It's close anyway.
It's ballpark what, people get, but.
Yeah, the letterer gets more from me, but.
Yeah. Man, I'll tell you.
But Paul does the graphic design, puts the book together and everything, and neither one of us get paid, so we would just like to, be able to keep doing this.
Right.
And that's basically what we try to do in the Kickstarter is to be able, it actually what it does is pay it forward to the next.
Yes. Yeah. That's exactly what happens. It's like, okay, now this money goes towards, we can start the next one. We can produce images for the next Kickstarter. We can do promotion, maybe a variant cover, that kind of stuff. But yeah, so we don't get paid, but we get the joy of telling our story,
Yeah, and isn't that fun?
Yes.
Yes, it's so much fun.
And I get this question all the time. I don't know about you, but it's like, how do you feel seeing things that were in your mind like get fleshed out and put on the page? So it's always a joy to me. Yeah, Gilbert got to keep his leg. That's right. But it's amazing to me to see things that it's like, I thought of this in 2018, 2017, 2018. You know what I mean? And it's 2025 to see it
Yes.
come to life,
Yes.
is amazing.
I
So
want I want to show you
show me.
something from because it goes along with this question. But I'm going to show my thing again.
Do
Sorry,
it.
it work.
There you go. I
Okay.
like pushing all the buttons.
So in the beginning, the inciting incident for Raven is her father gets murdered, and I
Yeah.
see this. Look at that look of
Yeah.
anguish on her face. I didn't think I'd be able to get that, you know. And look at what she did. Look at what I mean. She just so captured it, and so I fall in love with the whole story and characters all over again once I see the art. The other
And
thing that
I'm with
happens,
you.
the other
Like the
thing that
first time, like if you get to a good character that you've been saving for like issue 3, right? And they finally get to enter and you're like, "Oh, I finally get to," and when they draw them for the first time, it's like, "Oh, that's what you look like." You know, you have this idea in your head, but it's always something slightly different. So this is why we love artists so much, is because you
Mhm.
can capture emotion. You can show the feeling in our story, not just the pretty pictures. I could draw, not that though.
No. But the other thing about it is that once I see the art from the script,
Yeah,
I completely change the dialogue because
I do
the
too.
you don't have to have all this dialogue because the art is telling the story.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah.
We were talking about this last week as well, where it's like understanding the medium,
Mhm.
because since it's a visual medium, there shouldn't be a ton of words on the page. If it's, I mean, like, you have to have some exposition here and there, but for the
Right.
most part, if your book has art and it's just covered in dialogue, you're not doing it right.
And I don't
Oh,
I don't
okay,
have
I
any
understand. Which
narration.
one? Don't be sorry. Sorry.
I don't have any narration in mine either because
Yeah.
I don't I mean, it's okay, if people wanna have narration. I just didn't want to have it in my book,
Mhm.
and I also am very light on, pow, zap, you know?
You don't like SFX. All right.
Yeah, and so,
But I
w
think I know
our
why. It reminds you of superhero books.
well, yeah, and I don't think it's necessary. I mean, if I have a thunderstorm and there's
Mhm.
thunder, you can't really show that, right? So,
Yeah.
of course, you need that sound effect there. But I
Mhm.
think people overdo it with sound effects, and it's like it takes me out of the story
Mhm.
and out of the art,
Yes.
so
This is one of the challenges I was having specifically with this current issue that we're in, because there's a majority of the issue, it's very loud, things that are going on, but I
Mhm.
didn't wanna fill the page with SFX for 90% of the book. Again, like you said, it would just take away from what was actually happening. So it's like, how do you do that?
Yeah, well, I mean, like explosions, if the artist is doing this huge explosion, and everything, you don't really need the sound effect.
Mhm.
Because, the art is so good, you hear it when you see it.
Mhm.
Um, but for instance, I have Raven in her house. She's suffering from PTSD. There's a thunderstorm going outside, and so you have to have the sound effects. Just know what she's cringing at.
Yeah.
So I do have sound effects. I just try to, um, and Saida, our letterer, we worked hard on that in the beginning, but now she understands my style
Okay.
and
I
everything.
was
So
like,
yeah.
because as letterers, we're always like, "All right, put an SFX here. All right, put 'em in there." You know what I mean? So it'd be
Mhm.
I wonder what that conversation was like to be a fly on the wall, to be like, "You don't have to do that."
Yeah, I mean, I just told her, and then when she did it, when I didn't like it, I said, "Oh, I don't really like it here. I love it here," because it was a process of, discovery between the two of us. It's a collaboration, and that's what a
Yeah.
collaboration is a process of discovery.
Yeah. I love that. Collaboration is a process of discovery. Quote of the day. We're going to quote Deborah later on Facebook. When you see me post that, we're going to quote Deborah because that's great. It's perfect. And that sums up what we're doing here in Indie. It's collaboration is a process of discovery. And you can discover something really great, and I feel like it is that team, the Gilberts, the Matts, the Rachels that I have on my team that really push the story to be the best version of itself. If it wasn't for the good team, it's like, it's kind of mediocre by itself.
I just got goosebumps. Because it's so true.
It's
I mean,
true.
we set up shoot, what's it called? Where you have a room. It starts with an S. My words are starting to abandon me. It's not Skype.
No.
It's anyway.
Like a Zoom or
it's not Zoom. It's pre-Zoom.
oh, it said it is Skype. Skype.
No. It's different. Anyway.
Yeah, moving on.
It's a place where it's an ongoing thing. The artists have each issue has their own thread, and the artists can talk to each other, and they can post their work there so they can see what they're doing. And
I think it's Discord.
It's not Discord. It starts with an S. I might be.
It'll come to you after the show.
It will come to. I told you, it's an hour. It takes me an hour.
Yeah, it'll be after the show in about an hour. Slack. Okay, yeah, that's it.
Slack.
Okay.
And so, I want writers were telling me that, a lot of places they write the script and then they never see it until it comes out again. And so I want the writers and the pencilers and the colorists, and especially on the dragons, because I have 7 dragons, all different colors.
Yeah.
And our pencilist knew every one of them by name and color. So, if the colorist colored them wrong, she would say, "Oh no, that's." That's cool. So it's a wonderful, and they started giving each other work. Like,
that's awesome.
And that it was exactly what I wanted. I wanted a community of women helping women.
Yeah, just because there's not a lot of us, there really isn't. So, I feel you. All right, now we are at that hour mark, so we're gonna play the game.
Okay.
And I kind of warned you about this, but everybody in the chat knows. And no, Dylan, there won't be the rabbit today, but we're going to play. Would you hug this? Woohoo! Love this game. All right. And since we were talking about dragons, we are going to do a dragon theme. So starting off easy, it's all for fun anyway, but these are all dragons people should know. And we're going to start out with our friend Mushu.
Definitely, yes.
Everybody, yeah, hug this guy. He's funny, but just don't hug him too hard. You could probably squish him.
Yeah.
But super cute. Everybody loves Mushu. All right, chat, you can chime in if you would hug Mushu. Let's see who else we got. I'm gonna say, we got some more famous dragons. Another one that I would personally hug.
Oh yeah.
I'm in the wrong thing. This is not the right thing. I'm clicking
around. Babies.
That was my baby. That was old pictures of my little one when she was in the NICU. And that was not supposed to be on the screen, everybody. Sorry.
Well, she was cute, so.
Thank you. I know, she was super tight.
I'd hug her.
Oh, I'd hug her too. She was 1 pound, 11 ounces. She was tiny little baby, 26 weeks. So anyway, here is Toothless. We would all hug Toothless, right?
Yep.
What? Really? That's amazing. Chad shows up. This is Chad from Rolling Squid Bones, our publisher. And apparently Path of the Pale Rider Digest is now on Barnes and Nobles.
That's so exciting.
Yay! That's the
Yay.
first time. I'm so excited. Thank you. All right, let me go back to. I always try to take those off the screen before I switch back and forth, so it doesn't happen when I put my baby pictures up there. Oh yes, another huggable. Da-da-da.
Oh, of course.
I
I just want to go for a ride with him.
know. What is his name?
I
Falcor.
can't remember.
Thank you. It was one of those that just takes a second. Path went posh. I know. So exciting. Yay. That that's rude, Chad. Come on. But he has skills. But no, I mean, this was the best movie. And so Deborah, my kids are 8 and that little tiny baby, she's 11
Oh,
now.
wow.
And so we're watching like 80s movies from when I was a kid. So we're watching Neverending Story and The Last Unicorn. What did we just watch? We just watched The Princess Bride. We watched Willow. What is with you guys? He is not a furry poop. Stop it. But this was the best scene at the very end of the movie where it's like Bastian has the little spark in his hand and makes a wish, and he's riding Falcor chasing his bullies down the alley, and my girls were both like, yeah! Falcor is the best boy. So I mean, that's a core memory right there, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I love the book.
I haven't read the book. All these things are better as a book, right?
Well, I'm a little
Yes.
older than you, just a tiny bit older than
Okay.
you. So there was the book, there was no movie. So when the movie came out, I was thrilled. I loved the movie too.
Yeah, you should see it, Lynx. Oh my gosh. You will have some generational trauma though in the swamps of sadness. That still gets me. I cried. Still cried.
Mhm.
Deborah is 35. Okay, we like you again, Chad.
Ah, thank you. That's a great
Chad.
age. Yes.
It is a good movie. All right, back
My
to the
new
dragon.
best friend.
Yeah, Trooper, you've been replaced. All right. Now this is a more current dragon. Probably not a friendly one. I would vote no on hugging this one. You guys recognize this dragon? I know, the horse. Can you guess where I was inspired about the horse? Anyway, does anybody recognize this dragon?
I recognize him, but I can't.
The Hungarian horntail from Harry
Oh,
Potter and
yes.
Goblet of
No,
Fire.
no, 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 no.
No, we're not hugging. This is an angry dragon.
Yes.
Uh, she was not happy. She just wanted you to leave her alone.
Well, I mean, they were all, tied into this big thing and being
Yeah,
surrounded
and
by
had
people.
eggs.
Yeah, so I mean, come on.
Dylan says no. No, no, no. We're not hugging this Hungarian horntail. All right. I have another one. Are we hugging this? This is
Yes, Pete. Is that Pete?
No, this is Madame Mim from The Sword and the Stone when they had the wizard battle. And she turned herself into a dragon, and Merlin turned himself into a virus. Madame Mim.
Oh, yeah, I see now, the
Best
purple
part.
hair. That's right. No, I don't wanna hug her. She's got virus. I'm immune suppressed.
Yeah, no, we're not hugging. Nah, no. Although that is one of the best cartoon wizard battles ever, wasn't it? Come on. My goodness, you guys. All right. Do we have another friendly one? We do. There's your Pete's dragon.
Ah, there he is.
There he is. The
I love
original.
Pete. Yep.
Yeah. This was a good movie too. I was going to say, I don't think my kids have seen this one. I
Aha.
knew you would hug Hope I Missed the Bunny. Hi, come on to Madnet and Mim. See, that's one of the joys about having a 2-hour show is that there's people that are usually there in the beginning, and then you have people that show up partway through. And so they're coming in and they're like, what is going on? We're playing Would You Hug This? And Deborah writes a series about dragons. So we're asking if you would hug dragons. All right, we're going to escalate here. Would you hug this guy? Do you recognize this dragon?
I don't.
This is Smog. Smog from the animated series. Yeah.
Yes.
The Hobbit.
Yes.
Would you hug Smog?
Not this version.
No. Would you hug the other one?
Did you see him on, was it Jimmy Fallon or whatever talk show it was on when Smog came on?
No.
Oh my gosh. He came on, the head came on to, the whole thing, and he was threatening him and all of this kind of stuff. But he's just so quintessential a dragon.
Yeah.
I'm okay with him burning me up.
Okay, now you're friends with Dash again. That was such a Dash thing to say. Was Benedict there doing the voice?
Yes.
Okay, that's awesome.
It was very cool. Look for it's like it's when Smog appears on a talk show, probably will get you to where that happens, and it was the coolest thing.
Yeah, I'll have to say. I didn't know they made a practical head. I guess they would have to. Everything is so much computer generated these days,
Yeah. I love practical effects better.
Me too. I mean, like you can interact with it, and they have Weta right there, so you would think they would do it. All right, last dragon. This is a hard no for me, but we would be amiss if we didn't include at least one of the dragons from Game of Thrones. This is the undead Visceron shooting ice flames.
Oh.
Would you hug this?
I would not hug it. I don't like to be cold.
I don't either. Yeah, this was such a devastating moment when they killed that dragon. Spoiler!
It was a devastating moment. And you knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, of course. They were after that dragon. And then I have no reason to live. Come on, Chad. This wasn't done. No, it doesn't look friendly. Can you pet it though? I don't know. It's undead. This is an angry undead dragon.
But it is being controlled by the angry undead man.
Yes.
So maybe it wouldn't be angry. It would definitely not be undead without the undead man. So
yeah, maybe the undead man can hug him. That's it, Matthew. You just have to be part of the Ice Walker's army.
That's right.
And then you can pet this dragon. Is that worth it? No? All right, my friends, that was our game. Thanks for playing. Special Dragon Edition. That was fun. All right, I would love to take a look here at your website, chimerapress.com. Let's go. There we go. Now, one of the things that is the bane of my existence is my website. I don't know about you. Do you like your website? I hate mine.
Yeah. I'm pretty
on
much liking this because it's so much better than the website we had.
Yeah.
And so I'm pretty much liking this. I mean, the white box at the top, we could do something with that, but I love the stuff at the bottom. And by the way, that the woman with the ribbons, that's from the last volume the second volume at the end of Gates of Midnight.
Oh, cool.
And then the cat is Pet Noir, of course, Frankenstein's monster, Mary Shelley, and then the dragon from Dragons by the Yard, the Dragon Mother.
Gotcha.
Why isn't our
it's just going slow. probably.
Yeah, unfortunately I couldn't.
I'm not
I
a
thought
robot.
actually, if you go to shop and go to all products, yeah, it will show you the covers of all the
There we go.
different.
That's cool. See, this is where I want to, because I mean, like, you have so many covers and different, you know, different books, and they're all in one place. So this is just a cool landing spot for everybody to go to find.
Mhm.
We were talking about Gates of Midnight, and everybody kind of, like perked up in the chat. So I want to make sure that if they want to get it, that they know where to go. So
Yeah,
it's
these are
here.
the single issues. So,
Mhm.
but if you go under the graphic novels, then you can get the actual graphic novels.
That's cool. I hate working on my website. I need to do it.
There's the graphic novels.
There it is. Okay. So volume
Yeah.
1, volume 2,
Yep.
volume 1 and 2 for $24.99. That's a steal.
That's the first issue of Mary Shelley.
Here it is.
Yeah, and if you go to the next one, you'll see the rest, I think. There you go. We have a Mary Shelley Presents pen. Oh, there's Pet Noir.
Here he is.
Yeah,
That's
that's our
cute.
graphic novel issue. That's issue 1 as well.
Is he watching
I
a
just
spaceship?
absolutely love that art. That's issue 1.
He's watching a spaceship?
He's in space. He's on the space station.
That's right. I was like, I had to switch my brain from Mary Shelley to space.
Yes, yes.
It was like small jump there. That's so funny.
I'm kind of concerned because the tiger looks like he's kind of looking at this little cat, and I don't know. The tiger from Mary Shelley.
Yeah, look.
It's like,
Don't eat him. Don't.
Yeah.
These are all beautiful. See, this is Madeline's influence, her and her pins.
Yes, it is. It is.
She has those awesome lapel pins. They're so cool. Yay, Pet Noir.
And then the graphic novel volume 1, that's has the whole story. It's a complete story. It's our bestseller.
Yeah.
I can't tell you, yeah.
People love cats.
And they love dragons too. And
Yeah.
I think dragons would give it a run. It does give a run for its money already, but I think it would because once we
Kitty.
get the graphic novel, the whole story, people want to buy the whole story.
Yeah, yeah.
Either just issue 1 or the whole story.
Exactly. And that's why I was like, this is why I don't want to carry issues 2, 3, and 4 anymore.
Exactly.
Like, get issue 1 or get in the door and get 1 through 4. And it's like, here you go. Cuddle up to the undead man so he cannot make the dragon kill you and then pet the dragon. Yes, Dylan, that's with the ice dragon. Sorry, getting caught up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but these are cool. I have a friend of mine that writes, it's Greg Moquin, that writes a series called Mittens, who is a space pilot, and he's a cat. Hilarious. And it's one of his bestsellers too.
Yeah, cats. People love cats.
Yeah. It's like, you can write the most intriguing, like crime stories, sci-fi, put a cat in it. There you go.
Yeah, we've been talking about doing a dog series.
Oh.
It's dog shows, and the dogs are undercover spies.
Oh.
In the dog show.
That's cool.
Yeah, but I would really like to do. I have a Bride of Frankenstein and her dog Stitches.
Ah, that would be cute.
Yeah, I just did.
Adventures?
I just sold a short to an anthology that a friend of mine is doing. She used to be the art director for us, Leonie. And so we'll have a short story with that. And I also sold it as a short story to Weird Tales. So I'm not sure when that's going to come out, but cool. And I also want to turn it into a novel. I just want a franchise.
Yeah. I know. I have that feeling too. Like I want Path is going to be 1 through 12 and then have the collected, but then I want to re-release the story as a novel.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. And then we have an RPG game and we have choose your own adventure book. And you know what I mean? Like it's just
Well, that's my niece and her husband are very, very into D&D, and they are
yes.
both dungeon masters. So
Really?
they're turning Gates of Midnight into an adventure that you can play as a role-playing game. And that we'll probably be doing a Kickstarter for that as well, that book.
That's exciting. Here, I'll share mine.
Yeah, yeah.
So my friend Chris Brown, he does what we want to do, where he writes comics and novels and he builds games. And so he does RPG games, and his world is this Slaughterville.
Oh,
And
yes.
so I asked him to help me do this because people were doing the choose your own adventure book and were like, I want a katana. And I'm like, there's no, you get a taser or you get a rifle. Like those are your two choices. Like, I'm sorry, I don't have a katana. So it's like, okay, well, you need to go just create your own world. So we are playing this every Thursday right now, on the Madness, and we're having a blast. Literally, because we're murder hobos and we just go around and shoot people instead of sneak behind them. Someone
That's
said
right.
noir and I was summoned. Yeah, that's right, Doc. You do. He does noir very well.
So you guys are probably
Noir.
way too young for this, but I have written stories in the world of Kolchak the Night Stalker, and that's very noir. He's an investigative journalist who, it was a 70s television show,
Okay.
and it was he's an investigative journalist who investigates murders that end up being done by some kind of monster or supernatural being. And I've had the best fun writing those because I watched it back in the 70s, and it's actually on yeah, that's yeah.
Got it. Some of us are not kids, lol. We know Kolchak.
Yay!
They're
I
in
gotta
there.
tell
Like
you.
this is no Doc. Doc's not too young. Doc's in your crowd too, but he loves noir. So it's like I'm sure he's right up there because he writes a series as well. Jake Bishop, anybody? Kolchak. See, they're out there.
People are out there. So you'll know how thrilled I was when they called me and asked me if I wanted to write some Kolchak.
Yeah.
I was very, very happy with that.
Gosh, would you go okay with the way that things are now in Hollywood, and would you write anymore for television? Would you go back and do that, or are you done with that mess? Like,
Well, I'm done with it with a caveat, okay, because it's a toxic environment. It's very, very toxic
yeah,
environment. But I have some very good friends who I work with when they get pilots, and help them break stories and that kind of stuff. If they were to get a show, I would go to work with them.
got it.
Okay. But that's probably about it. However, I'm working with some indie producers here in Las Vegas, and a director of all women who was in England.
Hmm.
I have a outline for a screenplay called Touch of Silk, and hmm, it's basically a female spider who attacks men who are abusers. Okay, and this detective who's trying to track down what's going on here.
Got it.
Kolchak-esque.
Got it. Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
like that, Phil. And so she's actually the female producer's actually going to AFM and is going to try to raise some money.
Okay.
So we'll see.
I was gonna say because I bet you could be a great resource. Like people, you could do consulting and do because people are still trying to do indie film. I mean, I was just on Movie Smash helping out, filling in for one of their guys. And the guest that was on is about to go to Kickstarter to raise funds for an indie movie. And I'm just like,
Mhm.
gosh, such a unique path. Here I am with the path again. But it's like having walked that, you could probably give some advice to the people that are looking to get started doing that.
Well, the truth of the matter is, I'm kind of at the beginning of the indie stuff,
Yeah.
and I think that there's a lot of exciting opportunities out there. Kickstarter, we'll probably use Kickstarter too, but I kind of feel if we have some investors and some money lined up, that might say to the Kickstarter people, oh, this is real,
Mm-hmm.
so that
Mm-hmm.
they will put money in. But I mean, great people. Rodriguez, what's his first name?
David Rodriguez?
He-
Robert Rodriguez?
yes, Robert Rodriguez. He just did a Kickstarter,
He
and
did?
well, no, it wasn't a Kickstarter. It was a crowdfunding.
Okay.
And what it was, if you gave $250 or more, you would be investor in the movie, so you would have a percentage, okay? But they also send in a pitch to him
Cool.
for movies, and he would go through them, and then he would decide on who would go on and pitch him in person.
Interesting.
So I've seen that happen. I've seen another crowdfunding for another movie. I forget who it was, but another famous director, along those lines. This is horror, mostly horror.
Mhm, mhm.
That's where
That's
I
where I
live.
live too, so I'm like, "Yes, yes, please." Yeah,
And
yeah,
so, they're doing it, and, um, I would probably do Kickstarter simply because I know Kickstarter better
yeah,
for that. And yeah, so, but
I
we're trying again to do an all-female crew because the
yeah,
director knows all-female crews and all that kind of stuff. Not all female. My husband will be on the crew, and there's going to be men on the crew.
right.
Um, but you know, trying to give women more of a foothold once again. And like I said, it's nothing against men. It's just women have had such a hard time breaking through and
Mhm.
getting the yeah. So anyhow, that's in the works, and that's
That's cool.
exciting to me. And I feel like it's such a collaboration between three of us once again that it's not toxic. It's the
Yes.
women who believe in this story, who believe in the message of the story, and who really want to make a good indie movie. So I'm excited, as you might.
That's cool. Yeah, and we can tell, and that's what I love. I love having, creators on that are just passionate about what they do and are excited about their story because
Yeah.
it comes through because and again, it's like there's so much junk that's out there these days that I feel like they're just producing it for dollars, like, this has
Hmm.
an audience that's already guaranteed, and they'll come see it whether it's good or not, whether we put Jared Leto in it or not. Like, we don't wanna see Jared Leto. We don't. No more Jared Leto, please. But that's my point is like the good stuff is here. You just have to explore a little bit further than mainstream media because
Oh yeah,
it's not where it's at.
it's the same as comics. I
Yeah.
listened to Dark Shadows on the radio. Wow.
On the radio. Was it on the radio back then? We were
I have
talking
no
about Dark
idea.
Shadows earlier, Pops.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it on
Mhm.
TV, but Barnabas Collins, that's correct. Yes.
Yep.
I used to work for Dan Curtis, who was the creator. It all came around, you
Yeah.
know. I grew up in
Hey, Kevin.
Ohio, running home watching Dark Shadows. Oh, we gotta give a hug to a friend.
You're gonna give a hug to Kevin. He would love that. He also wants to hug. You missed the game, Kevin. We played Would You Hug This? Kevin was the first person to play Would You Hug This? And it was all bears. Because Kevin would love he's just like Dash. He wants to hug that giant undead bear, Big James from my story. And I don't get it. So Kevin was the first one that we rolled out Would You Hug This for. So he's the OG. So may I ask, what is the inspiration behind the spelling of chimera? Yeah, it's
Okay. I liked the idea of a chimera because the chimera signals change, and it usually
yeah.
comes like as a storm or something like that. But so I like the idea of it because I was doing a female press, and our motto is we're not asking for permission, you know. And I thought I'm going to change it spell it with a K, because then when you Google it, you'll find us there. Well, but everybody has put a K in Chimera. So my whole thinking about
Aw.
it, I didn't research it. And
Oh
my whole thinking about the name Chimera just went down the drain. But thanks for letting me revisit that failure.
Oh, that backfired, Dylan. Kevin says Chimera needs a hug too. Hugs for life.
That's right.
Oh, and that's some of the things that's like when we're in the creative process, it's like this will be really cool. And then like you do and you're like, no, that backfired. Maybe I would do something different next time. So like
Yeah,
um,
I mean, but I started having a reputation under Chimera, so
yeah.
and so I just kept
It's
it.
it's done at the like it's a done deal.
That's
It's
right.
out there, right? But I mean, like, Pet Noir, would you name that something different? Or like how is that SEO? Like when you I'm gonna Google it. Let's Google it. Pet Noir. See what comes up. Because isn't that's the test, right?
Yeah.
If you can Google it and see what comes up. Oh, perfect. Cat Noir is the first thing. Look, let me show you guys. Did it do it? Nope, I'm still in the wrong.
Oh, the baby show.
I'm gonna stop sharing. It like when you share too many things, it's like it confuses
Ah,
StreamYard, and it's like, which tab are you trying to share? This one. Yeah. So when you type in Pet Noir, boom, there you go.
okay. So the yeah,
This one.
it's the
These
Kindle.
are
Yeah,
who is this though? This is not you.
yeah. That's us. The middle one is not.
Yeah, I was gonna say this doesn't look.
No, the
I
middle
don't
one.
know what this is. We're gonna scroll, but that's yeah. See,
But Patty Nagel, Pet Noir was our first licensed product. And what happened is Patty Nagel, who is a friend of mine, I was in a writing group with her, and she gave us this manuscript to read, Pet Noir. See,
ah,
that's her novel. Okay.
gotcha.
And I absolutely loved it. So when we decided to do a second title, I said, I want to do Pet Noir. She put it
Yeah,
out as a novel. So I licensed it. And
gotcha.
yeah, but ours is a little more family friendly than hers.
Oh, good. Well, that's always the question I have. Like, there's a series I just got. Oh, I forget what it is, but it's like it's 200-page tome. I'm like, can
Wow.
I read it and can my kids read it? Because then then it's worth the money if I'm going to spend $50 on a giant graphic novel. Um, because I want to read it for sure. But if my 11-year-old and my 8-year-old can read it too, I have no problem spending that money. You know.
Well, I had an interesting, I was on a panel once at Worldcon. Do you know what Worldcon is?
No.
Okay, Worldcon is a big, it goes all around the world. It's a big convention for mostly prose writers and, you know, agents and publishers and all of that kind of stuff. And I was on a panel for small press comics. Okay.
Oh yeah.
And somebody asked me why I decided to self publish.
Yeah.
And I said the reason was I decided to do this brand, realistic bodies and that kind of stuff. And I realized that if I tried to go through another publisher, I wouldn't have any kind of control over what they advertised. Okay. I love pinups. I love sexy comics. I just didn't want them to be my brand. That's
Right.
all. And somebody on the panel told me that they had found a comic that it was great for his 5-year-old, but then there was an ad in it, and that the ad they had to like draw a little bra on them or
Oh my
something, a
gosh,
little,
they're putting
and it gave me, it said, yeah, I made the right decision to self publish and to make my own publishing company.
you would think they would be smart enough to advertise to the audience that's reading the book. Wouldn't that make sense?
Well, It could be that because for his 5-year-old, it could be that he's reading them to her, so they are.
Yeah, but
But
still,
I always
I
had
argue
people.
no. Like if it's a young adult book or a
Right.
all ages book, it needs to be an all ages ad. This boggles my mind too. I don't get that. Because
No,
like even with stupid, you can download a game for your phone, Mahjong, and it'll play like True Life, pick your mate. You know what
I
I mean?
can't
And I'm
just
like, my 5-year-old doesn't need to wonder about who her mate is gonna be. She's 5, you know what I mean? Like, that's stupid. She can play mahjong, but the ads are wrong. So,
and
again, it's like, no.
I hate the ones where the man's, like, hitting the woman and
Yeah.
throwing them out in the cold and,
Yeah, and then they're, like,
you know,
shivering with the baby while he's moved
it's like,
on.
it's like, I don't want to
Yeah,
see that kind of stuff. I mean, that's not gonna get me to play your game.
right. But they'll have ads for that game on the mahjong game, you know what I
Mhm,
mean? So it's
mhm,
like, "Sorry, kid, you
yes,
can't play mahjong." Why? Because the ads are inappropriate. So it's same thing
yes,
with comics, it doesn't make sense to me.
and
Yeah,
I have a lot of
like, there is
men who are dads who
yeah,
come by my table, looking for something for their teenage daughters that has strong female protagonists, age appropriate, realistic bodies, not the
yeah,
TNA, and I'm happy that I can give it to them.
mhm, mhm. There are more books out there too, there's a ton of indie, but you just gotta find it. Only games I have to play anymore are Wednesdays and Thursdays right here.
The game's right here on this podcast, huh?
You can play. Would you hug this next time you're on the show, Pops? I'll find some animals for you to hug, I promise.
Just saying.
And they won't be easy ones like I gave Deborah. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Such is life. Alright, so one more time before we run out of time, let me go back up here, we're gonna go to hello. I'm just gonna go to the entirely wrong place. Hold please while I figure out what I'm doing with my life. Dragons by the Yard. I wanna make sure everybody got a chance because I know that we showed it off in the beginning of the show, but I wanna make sure the people that show up at the end of the show have a chance to see Dragons by the Yard. This is going to be launching in February, so plenty of time. And again, you don't wanna forget, so sign up for Prelaunch. That is
Please,
100.
please.
Yeah, and there's no obligation. All it's doing is signing you up to get an email that whenever Deborah launches this thing, then you can go take a look at the campaign. I highly recommend picking out, what works best for you, and then supporting indie. This is one more time. Tell us what the pitch is, Deborah.
Oh, Anna is a woman who likes to sew dragons and sell them at the Rose Bowl swap meet. She meets this mysterious woman who gives her this beautiful fabric. She takes it home, sews up 7 little dragons, and during the middle of the night, all of a sudden, the dragons come to life.
More
And
for
it's
you
kind
to
of
hug.
like having toddlers who could fly and breathe fire.
See, Kevin, I know you want to hug them. Right? Yeah, February for reasons, and I mean, like, you guys you have heard me talk about, like, I don't usually launch, November, December, January either. There's too much going on in the real world, right? So there's Thanksgiving, there's Christmas, there's New Year's, and everybody is making their first credit card payment in January for their spending in December, right? So those months aren't typically great to run a Kickstarter in. And I don't like making my team work over the holidays if we don't have to. So I'm with you, Deborah. Like if it's October is kind of your cutoff, and then after that, I wait until February as well. So
Yeah, I
that's
wanted
why,
to launch today. I
yeah.
really wanted to launch today, but it just didn't happen. It didn't come together. So
Kevin
I'm
says if you
so
give me
disappointed.
permission.
I give you permission.
Oh, there you go. You still don't have my permission to hug Big James, but you can. Yeah, Deborah says you can hug the dragon. So good luck. You might be missing an eyebrow. What do you think? Would they singe off an eyebrow, Deborah?
Well, the little dragons might not. They might do it on accident. The big dragon would eat you.
Oh, don't hug that one, Kevin. Now, he kind of looks Game of Thrones to me. Doesn't he look like Tyrion Lannister? Have you
that's
heard
who
that
he.
before?
That's who he was based on.
Aha. What's that actor's name? Help us, chat.
I forget his name, and I know it so well.
I know. This is
I
what
see
happens when
everything he's in.
you put people on the spot. What's his name, chat? What's his name? What's the actor's name that plays Tyrion Lannister? He's going to be a new Toxic Avenger. You know who we're talking about. Dinklage. That's it. See?
That's right,
Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage. See? Pops. There you go.
And
Dinklage.
he was supposed to not quite look as much like him as he is.
Yeah.
But this was once again Amelia's did the cover, Amelia Wu,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, and he's our dragon slayer who has to learn to live with dragons. So
Oh.
yeah.
What's the rule on that? Is there a rule about how can it look if it looks too much like?
Well, he does it in the comic.
Right.
Doesn't
Okay. It's
look
just
as
the
much.
cover.
Yeah, it's just the cover looks a little
Yeah.
bit like him. Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what the rule is. We're just gonna pretend. No, it's just it's our original character. Shh, you didn't hear it from us. Thank you. Moving on.
It is an original character. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, don't ask questions. Don't ask questions.
Well, actually, Gates of Midnight, people say that she looks like Audrey Hepburn, and that's who
Oh.
she was based on too. So
I don't think he'll know. I'm just saying. We're just gonna leave it at that. Don't send him a copy, Dylan. Do us a favor.
it's that one issue,
Yeah,
and we're not going to do it individual issues anyway. We're just going to
there
have
you
the
go.
cover in the graphic novel. So,
There you go. Solves the problem.
and we have an alternate cover, which I wish I would have sent you at least, but it's great. Oh, the other thing that we have on the Kickstarter
Yeah.
is we have this incredible dragon art of an ice dragon.
Ooh.
And if we get enough money, that artist is going to do the 4 seasons, and it will be a stretch goal.
Cool. So
Yeah. So,
ice, fire, or summer, winter, fall, spring.
yes,
Nice. That'll be cool. 4 different ones or all on one?
4 different ones.
Nice. That'll be cool. That'll be a nice
Yeah,
little 4 different stretch goals.
I can't tell you. This was another male artist. I love my male illustrators. I'll tell you what. If you want to work for Chimera Press and you're a man, you keep in
Yeah.
touch with me. You
Oh.
every 3 months or so, you say, "Oh, I thought I would just show you what I've been doing lately in the way
Uh-huh.
of art." Those people who stay in touch with me are the people I then contact when I have something.
Yeah, and it's hard. I have some that keep poking me that are like, "Hey, Laurie, do you need a variant cover?" And it's just like it just depends on the timing, right? Sometimes it's
Exactly.
like, "I don't need anything right now, but I really like your style.
Keep in touch.
Keep in touch." But then it's like out of sight, out of mind. But don't be
That's
mad
that's
at me if I
why
don't have work for you because I just don't.
that's why I tell them keep in touch every 3 months. And this guy, he's probably been keeping in touch with me for over a year.
Yeah.
And he did this ice dragon that just blew me
Cool.
away. It's so incredible.
And I guess it helps if I don't know, and this is just the thing. If you really wanna work with a certain creator, like you really wanna work with Deborah, pay attention to Deborah's socials because when we're finishing a project
True.
right, is usually when we're starting the next one, and that's when I'm looking, right, I'll speak for myself. So when I'm fulfilling 7, that's when you approach me to see if I need a variant cover for 8.
Yes.
Once the Kickstarter is in pre-launch, I usually have all my variant covers in line because I have to get those done before we can launch. So, if you want to work with a certain creator, tap into their socials and pay attention.
I do have to say I'm very bad at my socials. If you go, if you, if you want to follow me on Facebook, follow, Deborah Dottie on Facebook, because
Yeah.
that's where I do there's a Chimera Press too, but
Yeah.
I'm terrible. I need to post more on it, but I'm really terrible.
It's hard because when you're advertising, you're not creating.
Yes.
So that's
So
the
anyway, yeah.
thing.
But if you keep in touch with me, that's how every single man who has gotten work in my books, that's how I've
Yeah.
got to use them, because they keep themselves in my mind.
There's another female artist suggestion for you, Addie Marie. Yeah, she
Ooh,
has a show on the network. She does draw streams, so you can check her out.
okay.
So, Dylan, you don't know how many times I get those messages. I really do. It's, hey, yo, you want a variant cover? And I'm like, who are you? Nice to meet you. I don't know.
Yes,
What
send your
happened?
portfolio.
Yeah.
Keep sending new stuff that you're doing, because it keeps you, oh yeah, I love that artist.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Just don't
Absolutely.
do it every week,
Yeah, no, no, don't do
every
that.
3 months or so.
Is it Brab or Barb Williams, Dylan? Or Barb Williams? I love you. Be drawn in a wig. What? I don't know what's going on, Dylan. I didn't understand that one.
I
Sorry.
didn't understand that either.
Please reiterate. Cough, cough. And and Lou Pons, of course. Hello, is a female artist as well. Just
Oh,
she's like, and I'll throw my hat in the ring. So Lou Pons,
all you
she's
guys
done,
should
she's done
email
amazing work.
me,
Yeah, I know.
because I absolutely love female artists and
Mhm.
working with female artists, and you know.
I have fan art for Path of the Pale Rider from Lou, and it's incredible. She did just amazing stuff, and she does because she does what I like, where it's like it's an image, and when you first look, I'm like, this is cool, but then when you look around, there's all these hidden tributes to my
I
story.
love that stuff.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
more you look
So
at it, the more you see.
yes, and so I was like, I think I got them all, Lou. I counted like 12. I'm like, get them all. Like it's like a
That's
searching find. I
cool.
love it. Yeah, and she's cracking up. So, it's funny that you say you don't do your socials a lot, but which socials should people follow?
Facebook,
Facebook, alright. That's where
Chimera
more
Press,
people
and then my personal, uh, because I do put some personal stuff on there. I don't do a lot of posting, so,
mm,
but, I do post, like, pictures from whatever cons I'm going to, or,
cool.
that kinda stuff.
Yeah. So that's the way to follow everybody. Um, just as a reminder, I know I just said it, but sign up for Prelaunch. We had
Yes,
someone
please.
sign up, that was great. I'm already signed up for this, as you can see, it says save, but, you can sign up too, and
And
be
if anybody has some cool dragon art out there that they would like to give me for a reasonable price,
notified.
we are putting some cool dragon illustrations like the one I was talking about in the graphic
Graphic
novel,
novel?
inside the graphic novel.
Yeah. Bonus material, you gotta love it. Gotta
Yeah,
love it.
and it's a
Everybody
great
would
way to for other artists to see, get be seen.
yes, absolutely. And that, my friends, is the show. Thank you, Deborah, for coming on. This was a blast.
Thank you. I
Another
had a blast.
good, I'm glad. And a special shout out again to Fish Lee. I miss ya, and then we'll see you again soon, sir. And if you want to follow Fish Lee, just go to mrfish.com. And please tune in for next week for the Slice and Dice. I'm going to bust out my husband's chainsaw and we're going to murder some pumpkins. So it'll be a blast. George Medina will be here. And him and I always have a shenanigan full show. So thank you again for watching and be excellent to each other. Kiss your babies. And we will see you here next week on the Tuesday Morning Brew. Bye.
Ozzy, what are you doing? Come and have a look at this lovely book that was sent over.
You're wrapping in the perpendicular.
Oh, go on and spit that back out your mouth. No one can understand you like that.
Very now, say how 5 dentists and all.
Oh, well, that's not much better. Ozzy, why don't you sing to me? I can always understand you when you sing to me.
Fucking my brains. What is this my publisher sent me? Inked in black with art so sweet.
So what do you think? Do you like it?
Oh, Lord, yeah.
Ooh.